I'm Megan, your Reference and Adult Services librarian at the Ames Free Library. Whether you've made the resolution to read more in 2021 or you're just looking to add a little variety to what you've been reading lately, join us for the Winter Reading Bingo Challenge. We have bingo cards for readers of all ages, and the more you read, the more opportunity you have to earn limited edition library buttons. The program runs through March 20th, so join us today and start reading. I'm back today with recommendations for 2 categories on the Adult Winter Reading Bingo card: read a book with a red cover and read a book with no picture on the cover. Let's get started. My first recommendation today is The Fisherman by Chigozie Obioma. This Cain and Abel-esque story is set in Nigeria and begins when a group of brothers skip school to go fishing. While out, they meet an old man who prophesies that the oldest brother will be killed by one of the younger ones. The story that follows focuses on the fallout of that prophecy and the saga of the family through the years. This was named as Best Book of the Year on more than a dozen book lists, including the New York Times Book Review, the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, and NPR. So if you're a fan of family sagas and literary fiction, this is a great one to try. My next recommendation is a nonfiction title, The Library Book by Susan Orlean. This is an examination of this devastating 1986 fire at the Los Angeles Public Library and is also a love letter to libraries. I want to read this little bit from the synopsis. The fire was disastrous. It reached 2,000 degrees and burned for more than 7 hours. By the time it was extinguished, it had consumed more than 400,000 books and damaged 700,000 more. So if you want some more nonfiction in your life and you're looking for something that focuses on a place that we all love, the library, pick this one up. I also want to recommend The Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. This is the first book in a series, and it was a New York Times bestseller and made numerous best book lists when it was first released in 2017. This book follows Susan Ryland, an editor who gets a copy of a manuscript from one of the crime writers she edits for, Alan Conway. Alan's books follow a formula that pays tribute to Agatha Christie and Dorothy Sayers. He is not Susan's favorite person. He has some troubling behavior, but because he is such a successful client, she has to look the other way. But as she's reading this new manuscript, underneath the formulaic plot, she begins to notice another story, and it's a story that may point to a real-life murder. So if you are a mystery lover or new to the mystery genre, this is a great one to start. Finding books without pictures on the cover can sometimes be a little bit challenging, but one author who almost always has more graphic interpretations on her covers is Zadie Smith, and today I'm going to recommend her title Swing Time. Swing Time follows 2 friends, Tracy and an unnamed narrator, both of whom dream of being dancers, but only Tracy has the talent. They're close as children and eventually drift apart, and our unnamed narrator becomes an assistant to a famous singer. As she's traveling the world with this pop star, she begins reflecting on her relationship with Tracy and how their lives drifted apart. I want to read this little bit from the BuzzFeed Best Fiction Books of 2016 review of the book. Frustrating and fascinating, and all the while gloriously human. Smith's characters take us through an entertaining exploration of subjects such as race, class, friendship, talent, and much more, giving us the world in all its great complexity and contradiction. So if you're a fan of contemporary fiction, or if you're just looking to try something by this widely lauded author, give this book a try. Next up, I'd like to recommend The Association of Small Bombs by Karen Mahajan. This book begins in 1996 when a young man, Mansar Ahmed, goes to a repair shop in a Delhi marketplace with 2 of his friends. A bomb explodes in the marketplace, killing his friends instantly and leaving Mansar with physical and psychological injuries. The novel goes through the aftermath of that explosion, Mansar's time in America at university, and his eventual return to Delhi. It explores the effects of bombs and terrorist attacks on the victims' families, the survivors, and even the bomb maker. The book was a National Book Award finalist and was one of the New York Times Book Review's top 10 books of the year and a Washington Post notable fiction book of the year when it was released. For a little local flair, try A Truck Full of Money by Tracy Kidder. This is a biography of Paul English, the Boston-born founder of the website kayak.com. Here's a little bit from the synopsis. Early on, one colleague observes, "Someday this boy is going to get hit by a truck full of money, and I'm going to be standing beside him." Yet, when English does indeed make a fortune, when his travel website Kayak is sold for almost $2 billion, the first thing he thinks about is how to give the money away. What else would you do with it? The second thing he thinks is, what's next? So if you're a fan of biographies or you're just looking for something that takes place in our own backyard, give this one a try. That's all I have for you today, but don't forget that you can always find more on our website, and you can submit a reader's advisory form to get recommendations on what to read based on the books, movies, and TV shows you already love. See you next time, and happy reading!